1 in 8 people over the age of 65 have Alzheimer's disease. Also, 45% of people who are age 75 and up also have the disease. It is important and, well, frequent in our society of Alzheimer's disease due to the fact that the baby boomer generation is getting older and getting into that stages of early onset Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is more than just memory loss. And personally, I think I would know my grandfather also had Alzheimer's disease. Today, you will hear about what Alzheimer's disease is, the causes and risk factors, the effects the patient goes through, and also the treatments. The Journal of the Alzheimer's Association, Alzheimer's and Dementia, they say that the most common form of dementia is Alzheimer's. Dementia itself is an umbrella term, just a general term. Dementia is a loss of brain function that gets worse over time. Alzheimer's disease is noted for its effects on memory and thinking and also their behavior. Alzheimer's impairs the ability to do basic tasks like swallowing or walking, and ultimately Alzheimer's disease is fatal. Alzheimer's disease was identified over 100 years ago, but only the past 30 years of research have actually made any progress through the causes and also the treatments. There are a few ways people can be diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. It is specifically caused by a buildup of proteins in your brain, which slow information transfer between neurons and synapses in different parts of your brain. Another thing that is proven is that you have a higher likelihood of getting Alzheimer's disease if someone in your family also has the disease through genetics. There are 3 different genetic mutations that can increase your chance of getting the disease. Other risk factors that can increase your chances of getting the disease are head injuries, whether moderate or severe. Moderate head injuries, whether it's a simple loss of consciousness or even a concussion, can double your risk of getting Alzheimer's disease. A severe head injury, which is losing consciousness for more than 24 hours or having amnesia for longer than 24 hours. This can increase your risk up to 5 times. Another thing that has been, through recent evidence, have suggested that your brain health with Alzheimer's disease is largely affected by your cardiovascular health. The healthier your heart is, the more nutrient-rich and oxygen-rich blood it can pump to your brain, so it is sustained. Other risk factors are physical inactivity, having high cholesterol, smoking, and also obesity. The greatest risk factor for Alzheimer's disease is your age. Alzheimer's disease is not a normal part of aging, but an estimated 5.4 million people in the United States have Alzheimer's disease. Recent studies have showed that different ethnicities show a higher likelihood of getting the disease, as the presentational aids will show you once they come to you. 5.2 million of the people who have Alzheimer's disease have late onset Alzheimer's disease, which means they were diagnosed after the age of 65. And then those of early onset were diagnosed before the age of 65. Some studies have suggested that your sex also affects your likelihood of getting the disease. Now, this is actually false. The only reason why more women have Alzheimer's disease, actually 2/3 of people with Alzheimer's disease are women. The only reason why women have more Alzheimer's disease is because women live longer. Once someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, they are not the same person they once were. They change physically, mentally, and also their behavior changes. As ncbi.gov says, there's Alzheimer's disease. It is usually seen first as simple forgetfulness. They also will have difficulty doing more than one task and also solving simple problems like balancing your checkbook. Other early symptoms of Alzheimer's disease are losing interest in things that they once did, like my grandfather, who used to love playing cards. That slowly went away. They also get lost on familiar routes, like going to the grocery store or just going to someone's house. Another thing is they forget familiar objects. The first thing my grandpa always had trouble remembering was a simple word, shoes. So, as with severe Alzheimer's disease, later in the disease, they can no longer understand language, recognize their family members, or even perform basic living activities such as dressing themselves, eating because they have trouble swallowing. My apologies. Treatments for Alzheimer's disease are either prescription drugs or supplements. Some prescription drugs, Aricept or Namibia, have different side effects that are usually taken with other pills. Supplements, there are no proven facts that these help you at all, but people still take them. Today, you have learned my speech, hopefully learned from my speech, is the most common form of dementia, and that it will become more prevalent as the baby boomer generation ages. I've also shared with you the physical, mental, and behavioral changes someone with Alzheimer's disease goes through, as well as my own experience with the disease. You have also heard me talk about the treatments and how there is no proven cure for Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a serious disease that many people can empathize with due to the baby boomer generation. I hope you have learned something from my speech. Thank you very much.